glasses, all my analytics glasses for all those nerds out there.
But Thomas Bryant's jockstrap, get him out of here!
How does that not indicate to you, like, hey, sometimes, like, these prospects are awesome?
Donald, get back! They snatched that chain, boy. Get back! What's all going to do about it? Popeye snatched that chain. Get back! We want that snack wrap. They got 3 flavors. Y'all got 1. Get back!
Hey everybody, welcome into the Big Factor here on the Big Play Sports Network, presented by FanDuel. Ryan Tyler, Jack O'Rourke, Rob Watson, and Nick Padone joining us from the comfort of his house. Today is Thursday, November 20th, 2025. Good morning, gentlemen. Nick, I'll start with you. How are you?
I'm not bad, guys. I wanted to be in studio today, but I had a couple really early calls, and I didn't feel like driving there that early in the morning when I had to feed my dog and stuff. I was at the Cavs game last night, and I'm still hurting. I'm going to be honest. That felt like the worst loss of the season. I am definitely still hurting.
Can we start with why you have that hoodie on?
What?
This Akron Zips hoodie you're rocking. I thought you were Mr. Kent State, bro. What's going on?
Oh, I mean, come on, dude. I show love to I show love to the action, man.
I mean, that's nasty.
You're like Rob Lowe in the NFL hat.
You rocking like
Yeah.
USC gear, Jack?
Never.
Nah, see,
Never
that's
catch me in that.
nasty.
My brother went to Akron. Like,
I got
it's all-
family
it's-
ties.
Yeah, it's all the same, really.
Sus.
But that's your big rival.
Yeah, that's sus.
That's the battle for the
That's a
wagon
little
wheel.
sus, bro.
It's not like they
Yeah,
lost. If they lost the wagon wheel, it's a different story.
I wouldn't wear it if they were playing. Yeah, they lost. I won.
He's above them.
All right, fair enough. Jack, what's up, dude?
So it's a
Not too
comfortable
much.
hoodie.
Thanks for asking,
Freezing.
Ryan. Just excited to talk with the fellows about some sports today. Had my Trivia League playoffs last night. That was pretty dope. Excited about that. So just,
Did you win?
yeah, onto the championship, onto Cincinnati.
What was like a crazy question? If you
I
can't
mean,
think, it's
most of the crazy ones I got were like baseball. So
On to Cincinnati.
yucky, big gross. All right, guys. You know,
I miss baseball, by the way. I saw right before the show went out. It's David Fry's birthday, and it reminded me of, unfortunately, when he got blasted in the face. And
yeah,
then,
that was nuts.
And then Skubal just couldn't pick himself together up on the mound. Like, especially after how mad I am about that Cavs game last night. Like, I miss baseball, man. And it's only November.
I mean, we could be in a world where Kyle Schwarber is a pirate. I mean, how nuts could baseball be when March comes around?
By the way, I've had some soul searching on that. That is Bob Nutting feeding his fan base a steaming pile of crap, because that report came out last week that Skubal wants to go to the Yankees. So now Bob Nutting, that this report is out there, he could go, see, look, I tried to get Kyle Schwarber, and he probably offered him $80 million, and Kyle Schwarber is going to get $120 to $150 million somewhere else, and Pirates fans are going to be worse off for it. So
I
that's
feel
why-
so
that's
bad
why
for the
baseball's
Pirates.
so
Like, we
fun.
honestly could be there without Jose Ramirez in this front office,
Yeah.
though. So, count your stars.
all right, well, we start with football, guys. It has been a nightmare season for a lot of Browns players, but one especially, Jeudy, on the season. Just 31 receptions thus far, 356 yards, and 1 sole touchdown. 1,000 yards for Jeudy pretty much seems unobtainable at this point. Well, Jeudy, pretty sassy with the Browns media yesterday to reporters on Wednesday. They basically asked him some what I thought were pretty common, pretty straight up, honest questions about his connection with Shedeur Sanders. A couple of them here, and I wasn't going to play the video because it's a bunch of pauses and awkwardness, because Jeudy just gave some one-word bullcrap answers. Don't know why he was upset, but he was asked what he's seen from Sanders in terms of recent development. Quote, he's consistently growing. He was asked about how important it'd be to get on the same page with Sanders. Quote, it's going to be very important. When asked what could be needed to speed up the processes of getting on the same page with Sanders, wow, mind blown at this one. Quote, you just need reps. I don't know what Jeudy's problem is. He was pretty sassy early on in this season. You remember the game. I think it was Jeff Liddell he was talking to, and he basically said, did you watch film? When he questioned about the wide receivers getting open. Listen, Jeudy, I know it's been a horrible nightmare season for you, but again, half the reason is because of you. You're the one dropping passes.
Well, the other piece of this too, and I'll defend Jeudy for a brief moment, but it is shared blame because he has been bad. But to his defense, like, he is technically the number 1 wide receiver in this offense, even though he probably isn't a number 1 wide receiver in the league. And ever since the trade, like, he has been a trooper. Like Mark Schlereth in Denver absolutely hates Jerry Jeudy because of the antics that he pulled at the end of his time in Denver and off the field and the dust up with Steve Smith and stuff. Like, we hadn't seen that Jerry Jeudy. Like, Jerry Jeudy was pretty much along for the ride. But I think, like, guys, regardless of how you feel about Shedeur, because I know a lot of people immediately said, oh, well, he's not excited to play with Shedeur. He's not confident in what Shedeur could do. I think a lot of guys, especially vets in this league, they get just flat out sick of all the quarterback changes. So like Jerry Jeudy probably realized now 10 games into the season that it's completely lost. He's not going to have 1,000 yards receiving. He's not going to go to the playoffs again, and that it's kind of all for naught. So I think it was just a culmination of frustration for Jerry Jeudy. I'll take his defense a little bit today on this entire thing.
I think they're all really sick of answering Shedeur questions already. I saw someone put out that the first 5 questions of Denzel Ward's media availability were about Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
So I think some of them are getting a little bit sick of it. And honestly, to Jerry's defense, and just I won't even like defense it too much, but honestly, he did answer the questions. Like he did, if he said anything longer, it would just be what he said, but just in a like more roundabout way. Like he did give straight answers to the questions. I didn't hear how he said them, but, you know, he's getting straight to it and straight to the point. It's not much to say when, you know, everyone came out and said they haven't got any reps with the kids. So it is kind of simple. They got to build chemistry. They got to get reps. And, you know, it's going to be important to do that if they want to win the game.
I think that's another piece of this, too, is like effectively now it's a fire drill for Jerry Jeudy to get on the same page with yet another new quarterback.
Yeah, like he's done this 3 times this year, so
right,
it's probably
right. It's just it's more of the same. And I think that's ultimately why it was frustrating. Again, I'm actually going to take his defense on this.
Yeah, I mean, I think people are making a lot about nothing. There's really no effect to the play, in which obviously what he says has no effect on how he's going to go out there and play in the connection with Shedeur Sanders. Just thought it was interesting. I mean, how many receive? Like, I don't know. I don't want to get mad at Jerry Jeudy because it's just me placing my anger for the Cleveland Browns in general probably somewhere I shouldn't. But then again, I always say the Cleveland Browns bring out the worst in us. I don't know, Jack. What'd you make of it?
I don't know. Like I think honestly, what the guy's 2-8, just like everyone else is in this town right now. He's probably fucking tired of losing. Like Rob said, he's probably sick and tired of answering questions about Shedeur Sanders. Believe it or not, he's probably pressing a little bit right now, coming off of an 1,000-yard year, like one of the best years of his career. Like, it's tough going through different quarterback changes. It's different playing with the left-handed quarterback, going back to a right-handed quarterback. It probably sucks being a receiver who's never had a good quarterback your whole entire career. Then you have 3 dog shit quarterbacks again this year. Like, I'm sure it's a built-up combination of frustration. Do I think if I was making a lot of money, I'd try and answer it maybe a little bit nicer? Yeah, but like, hey, I don't blame the guy whatsoever. Like what's Jerry Jeudy going to do? And Rob made a great point. Like, everything they're probably talking about is Shedeur Sanders. They're probably sick of Shedeur Sanders talk.
And I can't, because I haven't paid attention to any Jerry Jeudy interviews, period. So I don't know. Maybe he's been this
I don't think he's a massive talker in the first place, though, is he?
He's not. So I can speak to this a little bit. He's not necessarily a wordsmith. You know, like he doesn't really say a bunch traditionally. But like I watched the full video and he was mad. Like he was pissed off about something. And like it wasn't even 100% Shedeur Sanders question. So I do think it's more so of what Jack just said. Like
maybe he got a speeding ticket or some shit too. Who knows? Like he could just have a life thing.
Losing flat out stinks. These guys want to win. These guys are usually their best player in high school. Then they go to an insane college program like Alabama where they win. And when you get to the National Football League, this is what you put your entire life towards doing. And when you lose, it sucks so bad. Like these guys care so bad. I didn't mind it. Like, in fact, when David Njoku after the trade deadline did his whole I'm not leaving Jordan Belfer escapade, like that felt a little weird. It felt a little performative. I love being here. I love being here. It's like, really? Why do you love being here? Because this environment sucks. This environment for offensive players sucks. And I think Njoku's entire thing with that probably had a lot to do with the upcoming extension talks or just the upcoming extension period. Whereas Jerry Jeudy's already been paid. You know he's not going anywhere, and he just wants to win. He just wants to go on the field and produce a winning product. I'm going to have Jerry Jeudy's back here, and I hope he can find a way to channel this frustration to having a really good performance on Sunday, because I do think Shedeur Sanders is actually a quarterback that could get him the football.
It'll come down to how he performs, and if they start asking him questions again, and he had like 3 drops, and he was quitting on routes and all that, and then he keeps the attitude, then I think there's a problem. But for right now, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
And it's like when Jerry Jeudy's like confident and energetic and excited, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna go out and smoke their secondary." Everyone's like, "Oh, fuck you, Jerry Jeudy, shut up. Let's go play the game." Then like when he's mad, it's like, "Oh, this happens," you know? Like, well, what do you want? You should just be a mime, like Shedeur.
Right. I'm not mad at him for being. You should be mad. I'm mad. This season stinks. I didn't mind it at all.
Was saying that before. That's the most I've heard him talk, and we were on him about that.
Yeah, but like what's he? I mean, like I don't know, right?
Keep quiet. I like it. 1-word answers until you guys could get more words per answer when we start winning.
This actually is what everyone in Cleveland suggested he do. You know, like that.
Yeah, you get 1 added sentence per press conference per catch.
You get 2 sentences.
It's a PPR league.
For a touchdown. For every 50 yards, you could get to a paragraph. There it is.
I forgot about Shemaim, to be honest with you.
That was one of the funniest things
There's
of all time.
always news out here. We're always talking about something.
That's my hold on. Let me
like Shemaim.
What do you think they talk about in like people who do like Houston Texans daily football shows, like where they don't just have 50,000 jackasses running the organization and a bunch of quotable guys? Like what happens in other NFL markets?
They talk about football. What do we got here? Mime Sanders. I love that. 5 and 6. You need to get a couple wins, Nick.
I do. It's
a
desperation time for me in my big money league.
In the big play fantasy league at 1 and 10.
All right. Well, we know Shedeur Sanders is getting the start on Sunday against the Las Vegas Raiders. So let's talk expectations. Rob, you weren't here yesterday.
I'm excited for this.
Start with you. Shedeur Sanders getting his first start for the Cleveland Browns against the Las Vegas Raiders on Sunday. Vegas Raiders, I believe, 4-point favorites, which is a lot to be favored by for a team that is also 2-8, but they are home, so they get the edge there, I suppose. Expectations for Shedeur Sanders in his first career NFL start. Just a baseline.
Like a stat line? Or
not even a stat line, just what are you looking for out of the guy?
Don't turn the ball over. I don't know what the yardages are going to look like. I actually don't think he's going to throw the ball that much. I don't see it being over hopefully 25 attempts is like max. I want him to be able to run the ball. If he throws for a touchdown, cool, but it might not call for that. I just want to see take care of the ball, be aggressive like he did. I need to see a couple nice throws down the field, and just look comfortable. Stop running backwards. Look comfortable in the pocket. Step up for once. Don't have the happy feet. That's all. Some slight improvements is what I'm looking for.
I thought Ross Tucker had like a really good assessment of like what Sunday should look like for Shedeur. Like if Shedeur leaves Sunday's game and we all say, that was interesting, I want to see more, that's a massive win. That's a completely massive win. Versus if he gets sacked 100 times, if he throws a bunch of interceptions and we just never want to see him again, that's no good. Like he doesn't have to be Patrick Mahomes in this first start.
I mean, I'll
like
take it.
Leave us wanting more, and that will be a tremendous sign for what could come.
Like I'm not saying don't go throw for 303 touchdowns. Like if it's possible, go do it. But
what if
I'm
he just
saying
stunts on America?
Like in base
in the
level,
entertainment
I need
capital
him to
of the world.
not turn the ball over and like just show a little more poise in the pocket. That's what I'm really looking for. But I mean, yeah, if he goes out there and like they're picking up pressure, he's shown he could sit back there and pick teams apart. So
if he throws for like 175 yards and 2 touchdowns, there will not be one empty seat in the stadium against the 49ers.
Like that's very
which
doable.
is so sad.
It's awesome though. It's Cleveland. Why not?
175 yards.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine he does go out there and it's like a 280 with like 2 or 3 touchdowns and it's like a 35-10 game.
I mean,
like,
shit. Brandon Wheaton threw for
crazy.
364 yards the last time we had a road win against this team.
Like it's
Vegas
possible.
is always crazy.
But we'll see. I just want to like I said though, I want to see improvement at the minimum. I'm really looking at how he stands in the pocket and no more interceptions. Let's start there. Start simple.
I hate to kind of dive into the future because I want to take this game by game with Shedeur Sanders, but I watched a video of Fernando Mendoza this morning and it forced me to look into the future. Shedeur Sanders, I don't really think there's a scenario where these last games of the season, he manages to play well enough for the Cleveland Browns to be like, listen, we're just going to punt out. Shedeur's our guy, like going into next year. I don't think that's possible. So then my question to you guys is, well, if that's not possible, then let me ask you this: do you agree? Do you think there's ever a scenario that would happen?
There is.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a high chance, but
unlikely, but it's possible.
Even the fact that
I'll
they
say
look
this:
and be
I
like,
think by starting right now and potentially giving himself the opportunity to win the job, he is, what would it be, 6 games now?
Like today's got to be a not today. This week's got to be like a 200 plus. You got to throw at least a touchdown.
Do you
no
think
turnovers.
it's possible?
If he wins the job this week,
yeah,
it's
and
possible.
The next game's got to be like a 250, a 250.
That at the end of the year,
Ryan, this would be the scenario: is they would use him kind of as a bridge quarterback and give him next year, and they would use those 2 first-round picks on an offensive line and receiver, like people are clamoring for, and then you see what he could do in 2020.
But that means at no point while he's playing could we be like, oh, he's bad, or oh, bring like none. It's got to be undisputed. He's playing really good, and it's got to be consistent for the rest of the way. Then it's like, okay, maybe we give it a shot with a receiver that we get in the top pick and a lineman, and then we build it up a little bit.
but it's like then you're asking the Cleveland Browns to truly make it work with a 5th-round quarterback. I know people are going to yell at me,
but
he's not a 5th-round quarterback. He was, but
in these last 6 games, he proves that was like not the case. That he was a 2nd-round talent.
I unfortunately, guys, I don't.
That's what I'm saying. It's unlikely.
Yeah, it is unlikely. So then my whole thing was like, you go into next year, let's say you draft Fernando Mendoza, like.
That's the only guy that
I know. I don't think it's him.
It's like
I don't think it's
him.
him.
Then who is it, buddy?
I don't know.
Dante Moore, he's staying in Oregon.
And then, but if you're the Browns,
is he though?
Like Shedeur Sanders
Is
looks
he though?
good.
I agree with Jack.
Would you want Shedeur Sanders to be your backup quarterback in Cleveland?
No.
Why would you, right? So it's either like
I also don't think like if you fire Stefanski and Barry, like say this goes the other way, like say Shedeur doesn't play well, you finish the season with 2 or 3 wins, and everybody gets fired. There's no chance that he's even on the roster next year. Because why would a new head coach sign up for that? It wouldn't.
Yeah. This is his make or break for his NFL career.
It is. It is. Like really Sunday's game is
a huge game for Shedeur.
This is the biggest game of his entire life. Bar none. This is, can you stay around, or is it going to be just, it was a 1-year thing and bye-bye?
All right, well then let me ask you this. Shedeur's expected stat line, this is off props, courtesy of FanDuel Sportsbooks. 15 for 28, 158 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Is that enough to keep Shedeur Sanders the starting quarterback? Rob, I talked about this yesterday. The Shamafia, the Shaherd, whatever you want to call them, are going to go nuclear when Shedeur Sanders puts up a pedestrian stat line, if that. The Browns win, but it's a clear one of those games. The defense was the reason you won the game. And Dylan Gabriel passes concussion protocol, and he goes back to Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, I mean, 158, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. I don't know, though. I don't know, Jim. It depends how it looks.
It's how it looks.
Depends how it looks. He could throw it, and it could go right through someone's hands, and it could be an interception. Then you could have a couple drops that could have had you at like 220. There's a lot. Like, is he making great throws, and the guys aren't hanging on to the ball? Is it one of those games where it's just super ugly, and the 158 yards he got you was all you could get? Was the defense great? In that scenario, they probably would have to be to win the game. I don't know what they're going to ask him to do. Really depends how it looks.
All right, let me put it this way. Should the Browns win, no matter what, even if Shedeur Sanders didn't
I mean, by the way,
game,
Dylan Gabriel is also not a shoo-in to go for 1 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 pick on any given game either.
He's also not a shoo-in to be back next week from concussion protocol.
Right.
Especially,
so
I found this fascinating. Nobody's talked about this. But like Rob, you mentioned on the show a couple days ago that every concussion is different and like every concussion protocol scenario is different. Kevin Stefanski admitted that Dylan was feeling symptoms. He had concussion symptoms at halftime, and that's when they got with the trainers. So like to me, having symptoms is a little bit more than the guy in the red hat just forces you to go in there and you're feeling fine, but they just tell you can't play.
What were you saying?
I was saying, let's say let's just live in a world where Dylan Gabriel passes a concussion protocol next week.
Yeah.
Shedeur Sanders goes out, doesn't play tremendous, looks okay at best. You win the game because of your defense, and then Kevin Stefanski goes back and makes Dylan Gabriel the starter.
What is okay? Did it look better than Dylan, or was it
looked the same?
It looked the same.
It looks the same.
He might put Dylan back out there.
I think you would.
So people would go crazy. No.
Now you're hearing these reports that like Stefanski told his staff that this was going to be a redshirt year for Sanders, and that it's really Barry and Haslam that want to see him play. Like, buckle in, boys. The month of December is when the internal discourse and the infighting with the Browns usually takes place. So this is setting up to be that exact same story with Shedeur versus Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel's Kevin's guy. Barry wants to see Shedeur. Haslam wants to see Shedeur. I'm strapped in.
If he plays the same or worse, but we win, and Dylan's healthy, I wouldn't be surprised if he put him back in the game. That's why I said, but it's not that hard to play better than what Dylan was providing. Shouldn't be that hard to make it look pretty much.
Especially against the Raiders. The Raiders stink.
And then if Dylan, like I said, and I talked about how timelines could work, if his head hurts till like Thursday next week, he's not going to play versus the 49ers. He's got to be ready to get at least 2 practices in. If not, that would be malpractice from Kevin. Then Shedeur plays good again. Now we're talking like, Dylan, you might not get another shot unless someone gets hurt. So it's a lot that could happen, but it's got to start with a good performance, like a convincing, pretty good performance on Sunday. Clear step up.
We talked about this a pretty decent amount of times in the show of whose pick was who. Dylan Gabriel being Kevin Stefanski's guy, Andrew Berry and Jimmy Haslam being the ones behind drafting Shedeur Sanders. Nick, I think you talked about it. It's almost like Stefanski and Tommy Rees aren't real believers in Shedeur Sanders. Vice versa, Jimmy Haslam and Andrew Berry like the product. They know he needs work, but they believe in the idea of a Shedeur Sanders, correct?
You could kill the man, but not the idea.
Here's the thing.
Let me ask you this.
Here's the secret about this, too, by the way. The ownership will always follow the shiny object. So you got to check that at the door. But Andrew Berry really likes Shedeur. Is the word out? So we'll see.
Do you think it's so? Obviously, in an ideal world, all 4 of the people in those 4 positions are in on the same quarterback. But if you're Shedeur, like, and you're in his camp, or you're a member of the Shedeur Mafia or whatever we were calling them earlier this week, the Shemafia. Would you rather have the owner and the GM on your side, or the coach and the OC?
Probably the owner and the GM, right?
I would assume so. Yeah, I mean, they're the ones with the ultimate say, to be
Right?
honest.
Yeah, they're making roster decisions and cutting the checks.
All right, well, Jimmy Watkins, columnist for Cleveland.com, he joined the Big Play Cleveland show on Monday of this
Banger
week.
interview, by the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Buddha bless the speech.
Well, he came on the show and basically he was asked about, well, do we think that Shedeur Sanders was a Jimmy Haslam pick? I'll play the clip now so you guys can see it, and we'll come back and talk about it.
Let's address that elephant in the room. What is the Jimmy Haslam issue / elephant in the room from your perspective here?
So it's all about who makes the decisions, who really has the power here. And we've been wondering that since Shedeur Sanders was drafted, right? When the Browns took Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round, we were all shocked and none of us thought it was a good idea, but at least we saw the vision, right?
Yeah.
If you go into camp with Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Dylan Gabriel, your quarterback room is scaring nobody, but at least it makes sense. You have a legit quarterback competition between 2 veterans. You have a rookie that you plan to bring along slowly. And we all know, of course, at the end of this rainbow that the Browns are probably going to draft another quarterback in 2026 anyways. That became apparent the moment they didn't take one in the first 60 picks in April. So you don't have to put a ton of pressure on that rookie quarterback when you have 2 veterans in front of him. Then you take Shedeur the next day. Okay, now that's interesting. That doesn't make as much sense. That doesn't jive with what we were seeing before. So why did that happen? Brian Windhorse fingers. What are the Browns doing? What are they doing? What are the Utah Jazz doing? It's hard because Shedeur Sanders. I'm speculating here. None of this is information that I know. No one I've talked to has told me this. Shedeur Sanders sure seems like a Jimmy Haslam pick. Sure seems like someone who would put butts in seats. Sure seems like it's a mixture of Johnny Manziel and Baker Mayfield. Shedeur has a better head on his shoulders than Johnny Manziel, but he's got that star power to him.
Let's address that.
A mixture of Shedeur Sanders and Baker Mayfield. That is quite the quote.
Wow.
Nick, it does kind of seem like this was a Jimmy Haslam pick. You said owners attracted to the shiny objects. I think we all agree with Jimmy.
Follow the history, on that like, yeah, he likes the shiny object. However, like, I think there's another layer of this, though, that, like, dissimilar to Johnny Manziel, because Johnny had so many red flags and the Browns were aware of it. Like, Shedeur doesn't really have any red flags in terms of just, like, his outward personality. Like, he has red flags in his game. Don't get me wrong. You can't turn your back to the defensive line the same way that Johnny's red flag in his game that he was too small and that his body physically wasn't going to hold up. But yeah, the owner always likes shiny objects. I think they never intended on drafting Shedeur Sanders. I think that's true. But when you got to the 5th round, and I'm sure there was pressure from wherever, and then the GM just has an affinity for value, so they probably had a 4th round grade on Shedeur, and they got him in the 5th round, and that makes for a great draft pick in Andrew Berry's eyes. So that's
you know what's going to confirm the hypothesis for all of us too, Nick, is going to be when Shedeur plays slightly worse than Dylan. Like a clear cut, Dylan should go back to being quarterback. Dylan gets like 3 bad drives and people start booing in the San Francisco game. Then the call from the heavens is going to come in. He's going to come back out at home.
Possible.
I think that's what's going to happen.
All right, well, let's flip over to our Cleveland Cavaliers, guys, and it doesn't get any better here. But before we do that, I got to tell you about our friends at Garage Beer. Garage Beer comes in just 2 flavors, classic light lager, as well as that classic lime. No frills, no bitterness, no IPAs. It's just beer the way you want beer to taste, and that is beer-flavored beer. So scan the QR code now or go give their website a visit, drinkgaragebeer.com, to find local retailers who sell garage beer near you. Again, that is drinkgaragebeer.com. Well, guys, our Cleveland Cavaliers, they fall to the Houston Rockets at home, 114-104. Rockets improved to 10-3. Cavs dropped to 10-6. Looking like it was going to be a blowout. Cavs looked like they were going to get absolutely run off the court at halftime. Cavs come out in that third quarter and make this one interesting. However, dollar short, a day late for our Cleveland Cavaliers. Rockets do finish this one strong in the fourth quarter. Cavs made it a contest, but at first half, it looked like it was going to get really ugly there. Donovan Mitchell, 2 points at halftime. I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
I think he had 2 through 3.
Yeah, managed to finish with 21 points in this one. A couple threes in the fourth quarter helped that cause. DeAndre Hunter was your leading scorer for the Cleveland Cavaliers with 25 points. Evan Mobley poured in 18. Story of this one, at least with my eyeballs, was rebounding. Cavs couldn't box out. I can't tell you how many offensive rebounds without looking at the stats. I'm sure I can find the exact number, but it was brutal to watch. Rob, was the biggest issue in that game rebounding and physicality?
I don't know where to start with this one. Rebounding, yes, of course, but I knew Houston was going to out-rebound us. Like, I was leaving where I was working at last night, and Nick was talking about the game, and I was like, oh, well, I already know we're getting killed on the glass. I know they're more physical inside. Like, Steven Adams and Alperen Sengun are the complete opposite of on the physicality spectrum that Evan Mobley and Jared Allen are on. So I just knew that was par for the course. We shot like 60% from the line, which for an NBA team is god-awful. Like, that's horrendous. Evan Mobley was 4 for 10. Like, that's just terrible. But the more I sat back and thought about it after I watched the game, I was like, I wasn't too mad. They battled back. They made it a game, and I think this is a game we just win easily if we're healthy. But, like, we got to be for real. Like, we started Naquan Tomlin versus what I think is a top 3 team in the West right now. It's a good basketball team. And they competed, and we shot horrendous from the field. Like, it's bad. You know, you don't love the performances you get from Evan Mobley. And I got people asking, like, silly questions on Twitter. Like, is Sengun better than Mobley? Yes, Sengun is better than Mobley. He clears them in everything but defense. Yeah. Like, it's not it is what it is. And with Ev, we wanted to see the jump. Guys, the jump might never come. And like I said, I just don't think he has the mentality for it. I don't know if he's ever going to be that guy. He might just always be like, you know, comfortable top 35, 30 player in the league.
So
the jump may never come.
Rob, I'm glad you said that because I'm no basketball savant. I'm no basketball guru. But every time I heard people talk about this, and the way they talked about it, it seemed like they thought it was inevitable. This elite step for Evan Mobley offensively that was going to put him in the tiers of your Joel Embiids, of your Jokic's. Like, they made it seem like he was bound to be like this top 5 player in the NBA at some point. And yes, he's still young. And sure, the potential's still there, but it's like, to me, just watching him as a casual fan, I never saw that. I know you could say, well, Giannis in his first couple years never turned into this, but I just never saw that out of Evan Mobley.
So here's my problem with Ev right now, and I'm giving him grace because they are asking him to do a lot more, but the thing with Giannis was when he started to make that leap to where he was becoming dominant, he always stuck to what he was good with, and that was being a dominant force around the paint. Like, he slowly worked. I'm seeing Giannis shoot post fades now. He's handling the ball. He's triple doubles, doing all this stuff. But at his core, what he always did is he kept adding tools to his bag. He kept making sure he was Euro stepping past people, using the gather step that everyone's calling a travel to go dunk on people inside. My problem with Evan is he's trying to add this guard stuff to his bag. Yeah. He's leaning into shooting the threes. But he's completely neglected that he wasn't even really dominant inside to begin with. That's what you got to build your strength. You got to keep working on your strength until it's impeccable. It's not impeccable. It's pretty average how I watch him get switches on guards and not score. So then you're mixing in, you're trying to play like KD's handling the ball, dribbling it off his foot. Like it happened at a terrible point last night where we were trying to make a run in the fourth quarter. He's trying to do too much. He's kind of like, you know, he's the Swiss Army knife, like jack of all trades, master of none right now. which is the ceiling of that is 18 and 8 man or whatever they're saying on Twitter nowadays. So I need him to really. He's got to master being a hook. A good move to get to the basket, a good face up and drive. Like his contact reaction is still to throw his head back. And you're not getting the Sengun calls because Sengun is really physical. So when he's reacting, that's why he gets those calls. I don't like what I'm seeing from it right now. They're doing too much of the guard thing. He needs to focus on being a forward and then adding those skills to his back.
I love the jack of all trades, master of none analogy. So is this an Evan Mobley problem or is it a Cavs problem? Because
I don't know what they're telling him to do.
That's what I'm saying. Like from everything that I hear and read, it's Kenny Atkinson talks about unlocking this next step in Evan Mobley, becoming one of these stretch bigs that really can shoot threes and do all this stuff, like almost like a big guard, right? Like we see. So are they doing Evan Mobley wrong by trying to get that to be part of his game when he hasn't mastered the first? It's like trying to run before you walk.
Will he be very good at that enough to where it's consistent by March? I don't know. You do need the reps. It's something he's never done before. So he probably looks amazing in workouts and open gyms like they say, but it's a different beast when you get out there. So as the season goes on, all it takes is a month stretch. You know how it goes for these players. He could be all of a sudden it clicks and he's giving you 6 assists, 10 rebounds, and 25 points on a consistent basis. It's hard to do in this offense right now because of Donovan. They might need to keep working with the rotations to get him more opportunities. But when he struggles, you're going to drop games like this, and then people are going to get impatient. And then Kenny's going to have to look around and say, oh, well, is this what it is? I don't know what they're telling him to do, but I just it's all just so passive when he goes inside and it's just not strong. That's hard to watch. And then he's just simply not good enough at the guard stuff for that to be something to rely on. You can't take him off the floor because of his defensive ability and how much you're paying him and what he is as a player to the team. But I feel like he's just being spread really thin right now. And it would do them all a service to just kind of focus in on one thing. To tell, Ev, let's get your mid post. If you want to get creative when you catch it on the block and face up, and then working on making your move and then going hard attacks. Don't give up on the first bump. Don't do this. Don't do that. Work on that face up midi. And then when you have the opportunity, when we set you on the screens, maybe we pop you. Then that's when you can have your opportunity to make your guard moves outside. But I think it's all just kind of Evan, do what you want. Like he's bringing the ball up the court. I just don't think he's that guy yet. Like you're not Giannis yet. You're not Joel. You're not Nikola Jokic. You're not even Sengun right now. You know what I mean?
Oh man,
Nick, your thoughts on the Cleveland Cavaliers? Any bright spots?
Right now, not really.
CPJ was electric last night.
CPJ and Lonzo are
Craig Porter was good.
Full court pickup is crazy. It's crazy. Smothering.
They're a good team, and they're gonna sleepwalk through the regular season. And we said in the preseason that the regular season doesn't matter, so we don't really have the right to overreact until postseason basketball gets here. However, like Alperen Sengun looked like prime Nate Thurmond last night. That's not going to cut it, guys. Like Evan Mobley has to be better. Jared Allen has to be better. They've got to be better at being more physical. And that's what we've been talking about since they lost to the Knicks like years ago. So at what point do you question if that's ever going to come, if that's ever going to bear fruit? I'm definitely a little bit more nervous now than I was before the Rockets game yesterday, because you just see those bad habits creep in.
That's a good team, and he's a great player. He's better than both of them. He's an awful matchup for him too. I don't know. He's a terrible matchup.
If that's a finals matchup.
But if we're healthy, I think we win the game by about 10 to 15 points. If we got Tyson, Merrill, and Garland out there, and I think we win. I don't think it's close. They didn't play that well. They play at a slow pace. When we finally started knocking down shots, you saw us make a clear comeback. We went on like a 28-5 run. We got the ability to make life hard for Durant, but it's just, I think that's the one thing as fans that everyone's just going to have to kind of, you're going to start seeing these matchups. When he plays Sengun, you're going to see there's levels to this. Neither one of them are better than him. It's the combined effort that should be able to neutralize it, which I think they were close enough to doing last night, other than them getting massively out-rebounded by him and Steven Adams. They could close that gap a little bit. But, Sengun's is a great guy. You're going to get got by some guys. And while Evan's still kind of in this mid-Bambi form where it's still just iffy, not every night you're getting the consistent hard efforts. A guy like Sengun that's built for that really does that's going to probably be in MVP talks this year. He's gonna do what he's got to do. He's gonna give him some buckets. He's gonna give him some nice moves. I mean, he's a great player. Great players make great plays.
All right, well, long season ahead for our Cleveland Cavaliers. Nick, we're doing something special to kind of wrap up the show here before our FanDuel parlay of the day. Why don't you take it away?
Let's pull a second.
Yeah, so I went by our guy Greeny Sports Cards. You guys will remember Greenies. And you could get these still on greenysportscards.com, the Muni Lock kids. All benefits are going to charity, so it's for a great cause. This would be a great stocking stuffer if you have a Cleveland sports fan in your life that's chronically online, and it goes towards a great cause. It's all your favorite, icons that you would see in the Muni lot. You got Pumpkinhead. You've got, the guy that's throwing the bottle and Bottlegate. You've got some big play personalities as well. We got Dave. Oh, Ryan, what is this? That's our guy.
Look at the
That's
kid.
our boy. That's our boy. You got Charlie Fry. You got the Wobbly guy. So you got like a bunch
Wobbly
of
guy's a
really,
classic.
really fun cards, and it goes towards a great cause. Our guy Reflug created these, and then Greeny Sports Cards brought them to life. So great holiday kind of shout out there. But then while I was at the shop in Twinsburg, they hooked me up with some of these new tops, Cooper flag on the front of it. One of these boxes. So
Let's
we're
pull
going to
something,
open
baby.
this. And I think me and Jack have to have some sort of bet because there's 59 cards in here. And Jack, do we want to do it for Cooper flag? If I pull a Cooper flag, I got to take Jack to McDonald's on Tuesday.
I would be honored. Let's do it. I'm ready. I'm locked in.
All right. So it's just one massively fat pack.
Okay.
Let's see if we get some real good.
Come on,
And
Cooper.
we'll see if we got something
Here,
good in
Cooper. Here,
Wait,
Cooper.
Rob, before he does this, me and you pick an obscure player. And if it's in there, Nick takes us to McDonald's.
D'Anthony
All
Melton.
Obscure. He's been cooking for the Pistons. I'm going Dennis Jenkins.
I'll go.
Oh,
Yeah.
can we all just pick an obscure player?
Yeah.
Give me Ryan Rollins on the Bucks.
Give me Garrett
All right.
Temple.
Rollins is a dog.
I'll take
All right,
Garrett Temple.
Okay.
All right.
And Nick, you have to pick one or we have to buy you McDonald's.
I have the pack, so like it's. I
Well,
don't
you
really
can't like
have an
fake a
obscure
card,
player.
so. you still
Give me
play.
Dennis Jenkins.
All right, we ready?
Yeah.
I opened it. All right.
Actually, can I change mine?
No.
Sure. Because I don't know if Garrett Temple's still in the NBA.
You know he is, just because I saw it on Shaq.
Okay.
I'm going to go Dyson Daniels.
Bang.
Okay.
Dyson Daniels. All right. We start things off with a Mark Williams.
Okay.
Bro, off rip. Is somebody trolling me?
Hey!
Alperen
LP.
Sengun,
Dog.
Tatum, Gobert.
Oh, they're giving us.
Oh, here's like a little horizontal Steph Curry, Draymond
I like those
Green.
jerseys, by the way. A little throwback to the We Believe.
Yeah, the Golden State, Cody Williams, Scotty Barnes,
Mid.
Podzimski. Wow.
Malik Beasley.
Not in jail.
Dalton Connect.
Oh, so they're
Giannis on a little
we
vertical
might have went too
action.
obscure.
Yeah.
Going
Malik
like-
Monk. Yeah, you guys might have. No, there's some obscure ones in here. What do you know about Tijane Saloon for the
Oh,
Hornets?
Yeah, no clue right
Yeah, I
now.
never heard of him.
Dylan Brooks.
Need to see.
Hey, Jalen Tyson.
Yeah, there we go.
That's a good- He's been having a good. I need him back from the concussion. We miss him.
Jalen Brown, Mike Conley.
Like
a
Conley's still
Clippers-
ripping it?
Clippers team card. Yeah, I guess Conley is on the
Conley's still-
Timberwolves, according to this.
he's been hooping still.
Tyler Smith on the Milwaukee Bucks. What do you know about him?
Hey,
This
that-
is brutal.
I'm sniffing Rollins.
Clay on Dallas. That's tough. Tyler Hero, Jalen Wells. Oh, this one's cool. This one has like an all rookie team like badge on it. You see how that's a little different?
Little Jalen Wells.
He was
Yeah, a
cooking
little-
us when we played the Grizzlies.
Andrew Wiggins.
Come on.
What do you know about Santi Aldma?
Santi Aldama.
He was a high pick, wasn't he?
What do you know about Tristan De Silva?
I know about De Silva. Here we go. We're getting some good.
All right, we got a Nets team card, a Pistons team card.
Is
AJ
JB on there?
Johnson.
Wait, was Dennis Jenkins on the team card? Is that my win if he's in the picture?
I fear that he's not.
I'm cooked. He is not in there. I'm cooked.
All right, then we got AJ Johnson on the Wizards. We got Anthony Edwards. We got a Thunder
man.
team card. We
Yeah,
got
go
a Patrick
over there.
Williams.
Yeah, we sold.
We got a Derrick Jones Jr. All right, now we got some backwards.
Hey, how much is
cards.
that Pat Will card going for?
Probably 1 penny.
I think.
All right,
I think Nick would
we
have
got
to pay someone.
some
to take that
backwards
card.
cards. So this is usually where things get like get exciting. All right, so we got a shiny card of Tyler Kolek.
I was gonna say him.
See the Marquette kid, right?
Yeah.
That'd have been a good one. Tyler.
So that's a little shiny action. We got this 8-bit ballers, Jack, your boy.
Ace Bailey.
Ace Bailey, let's go.
Ace Bailey on the 8-bit ballers. That's pretty
Future
cool.
Cavalier.
We got this one, Clutch City Prospects, Colin Murray Boyles on the Raptors.
You got a Kentucky.
Shortest center of all time. The
Another
Raptors have beat us
8-bit
twice
ballers.
now, so.
Shout out Pistons on SI, Cade Cunningham.
Shout out Project Pat, the bust, Cade Cunningham, quote unquote, the bust.
VJ Edgecombe on a Generation Now.
The generator. That card's goated.
Look at this. This one's super cool. Power players. Giannis.
Tough.
Oh, I like the background there.
Card art right there.
Yeah, that's
like a
I do
TikTok
like that
edit.
art. Young Hansen on a throwback.
Oh, that boy.
Shout out the
nice.
Rockets. What else we got here? Isaiah Joe
Okay.
on
Good
an
for Isaiah
OKC.
Joe.
Who?
Nah,
That one's
I know who that
can't,
is.
Can't who Isaiah Joe.
Oh, I
Is he
can
an
do
NBA
whatever I want.
champion?
Starter on the NBA championship.
Yeah, I was gonna
Do
say,
whatever
yeah.
I want. The best part. I know
Desmond
that's
Bain.
Bain.
Orlando
Kinda like a
Magic.
Former team now.
Shiny one. All right, then we're rounding it out with Tracy McGrady, Isaiah Thomas
You
on a
pulled a
throwback.
T-Mac
That's pretty
card?
cool.
What are we doing?
Edgar Demon.
Edgar Demon. Brooklyn
That's a
Nets
made up
guard.
card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
That's an
second. He was
AI.
second
That's
for
an
me.
AI card.
Yeah, that's
He's a real
so is
baller.
this.
He's a real baller. He's tough on 2K.
Desmond Bain again, Isaiah Joe again, PJ Washington.
Yes,
Here's
shout out Brittany
another
Renner.
Ace Bailey rookie.
Yeah,
card.
here we go.
Double Ace Bailey.
How did we
is
go 0 for
nasty
3?
work.
Sion James.
I told you we went.
How
too
did I not
rookie.
pick him
We
or
went- we
VJ
went way
Edgecombe?
too
My two
obscure.
guys.
Jameer Watkins.
If we kept
rookie.
it to like starter to first.
Magic
off the rotation,
Johnson,
you would've-
Peyton
you would've
Wilson, Miles McBride, Noah Penda rookie, Brooks Berzinger rookie,
Let's see the Peyton Wilson card.
and an Allen Iverson.
Tough. Offer for the.
We went 0
boys.
for 3, huh?
We need another
Man,
pack. to see
no
if we can
McDonald's
go
for
1
anybody.
All right, Nick. Well, why don't we talk about FanDuel and we can get on out of here?
Absolutely, guys. It is going to be another packed action-packed night of hoops. NBA tip-off. FanDuel is your home for live betting. So even if you missed the start of the game or you just want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at an even bigger payout. However you want to play, now is the perfect time to join our friends at FanDuel because they're giving new customers $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So just visit FanDuel.com/bigplay to sign up today. Play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Got to be 21 plus, present in select states, first online real money wager only. $5 first deposit is required. Bonuses are issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions do apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com.
All right, Jack, you know what to do. We're going across sports.
Yeah, we're going all the way across sports. We're going to all parts of the country, contiguous and not. Starting out with a little SGP for Thursday Night Football. We're going with Josh Allen to get an anytime touchdown as they head down to H-Town. Then we're going to go James Cook, 15-plus yards, alt receiving, #sharp. Then we're heading on down to Orlando. The Clippers heading into play the Magic. And we're going to take Orlando Magic. And Desmond Bain, we just got his card a couple seconds ago. And then last but not least, it's Rob. It's the 7-footer. Isaac Johnson's going to lead the Rainbow Warriors. They got Arizona State at home, a battle of the 3-1 against the 4-1. We are taking the Rainbow Warriors
They're
at home
minus
because
money?
nobody walks into the Aloha Dome and walks out alive.
That's a tough trip.
It is. IJ is going to get it done for the fellas. Once again, Josh Allen, anytime touchdown. James Cook, 15 receiving yards. Orlando Magic money line. Hawaii money line in the Aloha Dome.
All right, well, you heard it here first. Time to make some money. Appreciate everybody tuning into the Big Factor, the Big Play Sports Network. Ryan Tyler, Jack O'Rourke, Rob Watson, Nick Padone. Shout out Garage Beer. Shout out FanDuel Sportsbook. As always, we'll be back tomorrow. Same people, same time. Until then, have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow, and peace out.
I wasn't going to say it on the show.